Hey guys, welcome to the show. Got a great one lined up for you today, as usual. If you'd like to support this channel, there is PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Got a somewhat full panel today of BALLBUSTERS. How's it going out there, BALLBUSTERS? The beautiful Betty Van Velsen. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, public. Hope everything and everyone is fine.
Well, that's it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and you have Adam and you have Nathan, of course.
Oh, I thought as Betty got an introduction, I was going to get one, but good evening, everyone. And evening, Q8, Betty. And you may want, just want to say to Paula and Nathan, a little bottle of wine today. Just put something on my face. So, cheers, guys. Appreciate that a lot.
My pleasure.
You gotta say that one more time. I missed it.
And Paula only sent me a bottle of wine, which I received today.
Oh, that was nice, man. What is it? Your birthday or something?
No, maybe just an intro.
Huh.
Cheap rate.
Very cheap rate. Very.
Very. It was somebody else's birthday yesterday. He didn't get anything though.
Oh, you're a big boy now. It don't matter, does it?
I'm a big boy now.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah, I can poop them off and on. Mommy, wow. Yeah. So 4 years old, my flat earth birthday yesterday, May 15th, 2016.
Beef birthday.
Yeah, don't get too excited out there.
Oh.
It's come and gone. So what do we got today, gentlemen, ladies? What's going on out there today?
Got two super chats already.
Go ahead.
You got one from Eagle Plane and Anchor, and it's a sticker and it says knockout, so he expects you to knock someone out. And Mary Mom, and she or he says, looking forward to the show, keep smashing balls.
Hey,
so
thanks.
People are waiting and rooting for you.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Mary Mom. Appreciate that. You guys rock, man. Yeah. We're going to knock somebody out today. It's going to be, I don't know about somebody. We're going to go ahead and knock out the heliocentric spinning ball space monkey religion. And the best way to do that is the black swan. Haven't been over that in a while. How you like that?
Swan.
Black swan.
Yeah. It's been a good long time now. How long we got? So, excuse me, January 1st. And we're at May 15th. Have they figured out the argument yet?
No.
So my prediction is still holding true?
Yeah, 12 months minimum. 18 months most likely. A couple of years.
I'll definitely have got my black swan top by then.
You haven't gotten that yet?
It's only been a week, John, hasn't it? Only been a week, so.
Right. I get, yeah.
Those little Indian kids aren't that quick.
Right. Wait till you get it, man. You're gonna like it. I've been wearing mine everywhere. Like I said, if you do buy, especially the shirts, things that you're gonna wear outside, they're good quality because I got one of the hoodies. It's excellent, boy. I really enjoy it, but be prepared for somebody to tap you on the shoulder or say, "Hey, what is that?" Right? So you better be prepared. You better know the argument. Just telling you. I had a few.
How many times have you been patted on the back?
You know what? Not yet, but tried to make it. I tried to go a little incognito with my.
What the hell?
Yeah. Because I just don't want to like foster somebody to come up and ask me anything. But I've been noticing, people will look and they'll stare at it, but they won't say anything, right? I'm just snickering inside, turn around and act like I don't notice, right? But it's coming. I can't wait.
Well, you need to get out of your closet before you can still show it off
Out
to
of
people.
my closet, woman. I was out with it the other day.
Well, and sawing trees in half just for one day doesn't cut it, right?
And Robert, hey, Bassano, thanks a lot for telling everyone I was in the closet, for crying out loud. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so yeah. So he's seen
Than in being in the basement. I think that's more a thing, right?
Yeah, well, he's seen that I got a huge walk-in closet in my bedroom and this big roll-top desk. And when I got sort of deployed, my wife moved this roll-top desk into the walk-in closet. I don't know how, you should see the size of this thing. It almost weighs a ton. I don't know how she did it. Now, there's a little dent in the wall behind it, where it kind of got away from her. But if you've seen this thing and you looked at my wife, you'd say, how in the world did you get that thing in there? I'm telling you, it's amazing. But it's been in here for...
She must have had some help then. Huh?
No, she did it by herself. Since 2009, it's been in here. So, yeah. And he's seen that it was a closet. Closet, you're in the closet, they don't have any other argument to go with, so he has to punk my closet out.
Well, someone is celebrating your birthday with a super chat from Amanda Young, and she says, "Happy birthday, Quantum Eraser."
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. I think that's the second one that sent me something. Happy birthday. I appreciate that. That's number 2.
4 years old, huh?
4 years old.
Yeah. Can you ever have the idea that you ever were on the ball, right? That we took that for granted, basically. And it's only since 4 years that we now know that the whole thing was a hoax.
Yeah, with that awakening, yeah. You're right. Hey,
yeah.
But before we get into the Black Swan, maybe a couple announcements. I'm so stoked about this website. I've had just about 5,000 hits in the past 3 weeks. So I couldn't be more happy. That's why I made it, for people to go there, right? And pull these proofs off it. I've been going here more and more often myself because like I said, it's a consolidated place to find, especially the flat earth proofs and proofs of the creator. It's so in fact, I caught myself, in a couple debates going to my files and why am I even doing that? And I said, I got it on my website. So just pulled the website up. It's so much quicker. So I'm just really stoked about it. We'll just go over just a few points about it. The homepage, obviously, it's got the Black Swan argument on its own. Also has the scientific method. This is still under construction. We're still waiting, trying to get the algorithms right. But this is coming real soon. Also a subscriber newsletter if you want to put your email on there. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to spam you to death. Also, words from our clients. We have Danny Faulkner, Mick West, George Mooser, Neil Smoking DeGrasse Tyson, Michio Kaku. Right? And the playlist, right? All the lives. If you got evolution, if you got somebody spouting evolution, all you have to do is just go to this playlist. Everything on evolution, all the toe tags, which is, it's getting larger by the moment, right? Obviously, the globe killers, Bible studies, and science versus pseudoscience. Just go ahead.
Just scroll back, just on that home one again. Scroll back, the scientific method. Is that going to be like your pink writing? Is it going to be like put your IV, DV, and it'll give you your claims?
Yes, right here, observe natural phenomenon. Just test it out. Put your observed natural phenomena in here. Obviously, it'll immediately populate the dependent variable. So then you come up with an independent variable or cause of that effect, and then it'll populate it here, the alternative hypothesis, along with the null hypothesis, right? You have to go through your own evaluation. I put the criterion right in here, right below it, and examples of valid ones beneath.
That's not working yet.
This algorithm part right here isn't working yet. No, but the rest of it, I mean, you can evaluate and go through these, the valid hypotheses for that. So yeah, but the algorithm part isn't working just yet. Still under construction.
Can't wait to have a play on that. Height, then gas pressure.
Yeah, try that one. Yeah, I want you to try that one. Right. Obviously, the scientific proofs of the creator is leading the pack. Other than the homepage, the scientific proofs of the creator just knocking it out the yard. I expected that too. Well, I expected it to be the #1 page, but I didn't expect it to take off like it did. I'm just, like I said, I'm just smoking stoked. I can see why. Right? Say anyone, if you ever hear, and you're going to hear this, right? There's no scientific proof, or they don't say scientific. There's no proofs of the creator. Take those hands away from covering those cognitive dissonant, mud-soaked eyes and come on over here, right? And I'll issue you some proofs personally. You can take your shot at the title. Quantum mechanics, laws of thermodynamics, functional sequence, specified complexity, and information. It's over. You're going to have to make your choice, because the largest escrow closing in the history of the universe is at the door, folks. What's your choice? Choose wisely. And flagship also, Flat Earth Proofs. All right, this is slowly, I'll tell you what, it's catching up. It's catching up quick to the scientific proofs of the creator, right? Black Swans here all by itself. You can either get through it from the homepage or through the Flat Earth Proofs. Got today, yeah. We're going to be looking at you today, friend. That's wonderful, man. Like I said, stoked. You can get to any of these pages from the homepage. Just hover over Flat Earth Proofs here. Or you can actually, like I just did, go to the homepage and you get them there. Good. Any questions? Oh, the website, the links for the website and the specific pages is in the info box below. Just globeterminator.com. You could type it in there, any search engine, and it'll get you there. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, the website's looking really good. Gotta say, looks nice.
Thank you. I have to admit, I'm stuck on the Bolivian salt flats. I go there every day and watch the ballerina on there every single day, about 20 times. Calms me down. I need it.
Good to know.
I'm telling you, go to the Bolivian salt flats. All right. Just that one is a great Flat Earth proof, man. It's the initial one I had. Like I said, it'll always hold a special place.
Yeah. Well, it's also very visible, right?
Yeah, it's self-evident. Yeah. And there's a number of black swans in there. You just keep a weathered eye out. In fact, you don't even have to keep a weathered eye. It's right in your face.
Weathered eye.
A weathered eye. We
got 2 super chats, by the way. Again, one from Eagle Plane and Anchor, and he says, "Happy birthday, John."
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it, sir.
You got another one from a John M, and he says, "Great site, John." So he went to the website.
Yeah, thanks. It's not only for you. Make sure, if any family members and friends, just pass the website off to them. I think it's better than just passing a video, even though there's many video links on the site. But yeah, just keep a hold of that website link and throw it at them. That's why I created it. So more to come on the website. I'm currently evaluating other things to put on there. I'm going to have to use some discretion, I think, but more to come.
Okay. Yeah, and Robert Bazzano is also in the chat, and he said, "Hey, Quantum Razor and Betty van Velzen, happy birthday, big boy. Bet mom really wanted a girl."
Yeah, I knew something was coming. You
Yeah, yeah.
just
And he also said that you'll still have time for your gender change.
yeah, of yours. See, that no one can be, just legitimate and honest and forthright. It's always got to come with a backhanded slight. Why is that?
Especially from friends, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the closet remark, too.
Yeah, that did it.
Yeah.
Well, I posted the link, and I will post a link from time to time for the website. It's also underneath your video every time, right?
Yes.
You can always go there and snatch it up there. Yeah.
Yes. Also, remember that this is a BALLBUSTERS, and anybody can join that's in the audience or in Discord. The link to the room is in the info box below. Like I said, there's a lot of good information in the info box or the description box. So make sure you take a look at that under each and every video, and you will find the Discord link to the BALLBUSTERS VC. Anyone that wants to join, we're going to be talking about the Black Swan. We're not going to be going fast through it. I'll pick. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's feel our way through this. I don't have a set plan on, when I'm going to stop and, have somebody come in. What do you guys think? Because I'm going to go through the whole presentation. I clipped a couple pieces out of it to make it a tad bit shorter. It's not long to begin with. But what do you guys think? Go through the whole presentation and then have people come in, or stop at various points and have people come in?
I would say go through the whole presentation.
Okay.
Because you have trimmed a little bit out of it, and it's nice to have it as one concise chunk, and then we'll go through it and discuss it with anybody who joins.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
No, that's okay. Anyone else?
I'd go with that. Or the caveat, I have to burst in at some point. I reserve the right to do so, but I think that's probably best, mate. Go through it clean, and then people can respond in fullness rather than mean it.
Okay. Okay, we got 2 go through the whole. Any more?
Well, I'm here just for the super chatting, right? So no comment.
You're not here. You're not here just for the super chatting. Go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah. Usually I'm too busy to respond with anything else. So that's. But maybe if there's a question from the super chat, I will bring those in.
Okay.
If they're genuine, right? Not the.
Yes. We want. Yeah, we want the genuine type of comment. So. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Go ahead.
I say just maybe check with Westlife as well. His opinions were.
Check with who?
I mean, Brian. Westlife. Brian, see, John. Brian's promised he's going to do a song that we did, and I've said until he does it, he's got to do a Westlife song. I refer to him as Westlife, so it's worth checking. Do you reckon, Brian?
Brian, he's going to lay down a track?
Yeah.
No way. Take Brian off mute. Brian, are you going to lay down a track, man?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
From who?
I don't know yet. Hopefully, it'll be a song that I can sing, as opposed to something that I can't. So, Adam has forced me into it.
Couldn't force you into anything. You're a very minded man who knows what. You just know it's all good, bro.
Yeah. Well, I want to take the plunge, as I never sang a song in my life. So, yeah, I'll take the plunge. I don't care. I don't claim to be a brilliant singer, and I don't care whether I am or not. You're going to get a song.
I like that attitude.
So, look.
What?
No, I just say look forward to it.
I am.
Well, somebody else is supposed to lay down a track, although we got sidetracked, no pun intended, for the past couple of weeks, but I think she's in the hangout with her.
Who could that be?
Don't know. Let's see. Brian, John, Nathan, Neil, Righteous, Betty, Adam, and Travis. It looks like the only female in here is you.
Ooh. I'm found out.
Yes, you are. You're found out. Are you still planning to lay down a track or not?
Yeah, I had done something, but I was not completely satisfied with the outcome of it. There was a little hiccup somewhere in the middle. So maybe I have to do it over again.
Okay. And can you give us the name of the song, or you want to keep that to yourself for right now?
No, I wanted to do Crazy from Patsy Cline.
Oh,
I like that.
That's a great song.
And it's not that long, right? So people can listen and it will be over soon.
I'm looking forward to it, Betty. Wait.
Yeah, I have to do it with a headset on and sing along with the Audacity thing that I have ripped from the real video, the karaoke video. Otherwise, it won't take. On a laptop, it seems to be difficult to mix sound and stuff, but that's technical stuff. It's not important. But, yeah, a little bit difficult.
All right. Before we get into... Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Let me get the super chat out.
Okay.
From Yunatuxfemu, and he says, "Happy 4th birthday. I'm a -1."
You're -1. What are you going the other direction?
I don't know. Maybe he's 5 years old, or maybe he is -1. Yeah. Maybe he needs to be getting. He expects to be a flat earther in a year. I don't know.
That's a new twist. No pun intended for the twist that's going to happen here. Before we get to the black swan and the little twist in here, anything else out there in flat Earth land that we need to talk about briefly before we get into the hammer?
It's been a fortnight of Coriolis effect since the last Ballbusters, so I expect the next couple of weeks to be a couple of weeks of Black Swan. So that's good because I like Black Swan. Coriolis I can take or leave if I'm honest.
Yeah, in fact, some people. I was in a room last night, and some people were talking about your acumen with the Coriolis force, man. Or I'm sorry, Coriolis effect.
I don't know. Whether or not I'm good with the argument is irrelevant of how much I like it. I dislike that argument. But there we go. Whether or not I'm good with it. Great. Thank you for the compliment, whoever that was.
They've both got a bit in common, Nathan.
It wasn't just one. It was a number of people. I think they took the power of suggestion when I said your acumen is second to none with it. And just because I said that, they just parroting.
Fair enough.
No. A lot of people tend to do that for some reason without justification. In this case, it is justified, right? But a lot of people tend to do that. It kind of irks me. Like, I'll give you an example. Well, there's a video that debunked you. Oh, and what was that video about? What was the specific point? Oh, it's a debunking video. So just because the video said it's debunking something, that means it debunked it automatically, I suppose. Right? Is that what we're going for here? That's what I mean. It's ridiculous. Just superficial nonsense, man. I had to bring that up to get me fired up. All right, we ready to roll?
Yeah,
Yep.
one more super chat. I think that you got 3 birthday cakes as an icon, as a emoji.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who was
So
it from?
people are it's ooh, that's a good one, huh?
Who?
That would have been a good one. Alexander.
Alexander, sir. Thank you very much.
I don't know if it's true elsewhere, but in England, it's customary for the person whose birthday it is to actually produce the cake when you're a bit older.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought it was
You're in an
by a round of
office.
drinks.
Yeah, if it's your birthday, you would buy a round of drinks if you're in a bar, or if it's like at the office, you'd bring in a cake because it's your birthday.
Yeah, it's the same in Holland. But, well, we know how John is, so we better take it with us. for him.
Wait. How John is? What's up with that? That's the first I ever heard. Wait,
Get you out of the closet.
that's the first I ever heard of that. No, I'm serious. I didn't know that because I don't. It doesn't happen here in the States. I know that.
When do you get cake then?
That's not
When someone else brings it?
That's not an American thing. No, I don't. The person whose birthday doesn't make the cake, and they definitely aren't buying any drinks.
What?
No.
Cheap
Well,
shot.
that's how it works here.
Wow, you guys are cheap shots over there, right?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with cheap.
Yeah.
It's not customary.
Well, we bring the gifts and you bring the cake. That the one that's its birthday. He brings the cake.
No,
Yeah.
but Nathan said that person had to specifically make the cake or buy the drinks. Am I incorrect?
No, you're correct. So on your birthday, you get to the office. If people like you, they'll buy you a card or a present. But ultimately, you'll be the one to bring in the cake if it's your birthday. Or if it's your birthday and it's the bar, then you'll be getting a round of drinks in because it's your birthday.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. I never heard anything like that before in my life, and that doesn't happen here. I don't know, maybe it's state specific. Anyone in the chat, anyone in America who does that?
Yeah, help John out.
Yeah, anyone.
Well, Mary Mom says birthday boy should not make the cake.
Exactly.
You have to drop the A. America.
Yeah, I tried to do it, man. It didn't come across.
Americans.
America. Yeah. No, but that's really cool. I didn't know that.
It's a terrible tradition, making your own cake.
It's only in adult life, obviously.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adam,
Step all over Nathan, Adam. Go ahead.
Simultaneous steppage. On Nathan.
You're coming in, Adam. Drop out and come back in again.
I think I stepped on someone's toes because someone says, in America, everyone buys you or makes you cake and buys you gifts and drinks. Definitely not cheap here. Okay.
Yeah, like I said.
Can you hear me again, John?
Yeah, we got you now, Adam. Go ahead.
Sorry, because I probably am cutting that. So can I just clarify?
Sure.
For the duration of this show, all cakes go to John.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Someone else says, Washington State, birthday boy doesn't make the cake or buy the drinks. Cheers.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, it's an American thing, but here in Europe it's the other way around. The one that's it's birthday, he makes the cake or brings the cake. He doesn't have to make it; he can buy the cake, right? And and we bring gifts. It's a sort of a swapping cake and gifts thing.
Now, but Nathan said that there's definitely I heard him imply an age limit. So is it hard and fast, or is it roughly what's the age limit here?
Adult. Once you're an adult, It's not that your folks will bring you a cake with birthday candles on it. It's you'll bring a cake to the office if you work in an office when you're an adult.
Okay. And the drinks are obviously. What's the drinking age in England?
18.
8.
8.
Fairly reasonable.
Well, that's not true either, Adam. It's
16.
There is no age limit of drinking here. There isn't an age that kids can drink. You can drink at any age, but you're not allowed to drink in a public bar.
That's what I meant.
Until you're 18.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You can drink in a restaurant. If you're a 6-year-old and your parents bought you a drink and you were eating a meal, you could drink at 6 in a restaurant if you wanted to in this country.
Really?
If you're eating.
Yes. If you were eating in a restaurant. But if you're at home, it's not illegal to give your kids booze in England at any age.
Wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. So I bring an 8-year-old to a restaurant and he orders Jack with Coke.
No, beer or wine. You're not allowed spirits until you're 18.
That's correct. Sorry, I stand corrected. That is true. You couldn't order a chaser, but you could certainly order a glass of wine or a beer or something like that for a kid, and there's no issue if you're in a restaurant.
See, I didn't know that either. This is pretty good. We should have a show just on English etiquette, restaurants, stuff like that.
Or
Because
cultural differences, right?
Again?
Cultural differences.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
was
Same
saying
goes for heroin, just any age basically.
Yeah, right. That's
I've heard cracked for over 4s only.
crack for only 4s.
You got to be over 4. It's not reasonable to be giving crack to somebody under 4.
Oh my God, man!
There are limits. Come on.
It's cultural, John. It's the way it is.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's just it catches me off guard. I mean, I lived in Europe for a number of years, but that was a long time ago. And they did have there was certain cultural, how would you say, unique cultural differences, but I've been out of that genre for a while, but that's pretty cool, man. I didn't expect that. What's the rationale? Before we get into Black Swan, I just want to know the rationale. So you're 8 years old, you're in a restaurant, and you can order a Heineken. You could straight order it, right? And they'll bring you a Heineken?
No, you couldn't order a drink. You'd be in a restaurant, obviously, with your family. There's not very many 8-year-olds organising dinner soirees, are there?
Yeah, okay, I got it. So you have to be with your family, and so you're at the dinner table, but they ask people what their orders are specifically. So what you're saying is the parents have to order the drink and then they give it to their kid. Is that what you're saying?
I suppose so. But it's not really. I know you're obviously going through the mental gymnastics a bit, but I just don't think it's really considered. So certainly in France, kids drink wine. That's just how it is. But I don't know about the law or legality of ordering wine in a bar. It's probably the same as here. But it's just normal that kids would drink wine in France. Here, less so, but it's not illegal.
Right, I got you.
And what else?
You just want
you
a
know?
scenario where there's a kid sitting at a table, calling the waiter over, going, "Hit me again, one more, come on."
Yeah. That's what I was. Yeah.
What were the differences when you were in Berlin then, according to you? What surprised you with the Germans then?
There was a number of things. There was no screens in the windows, so I don't know what was up with that. They don't have any doorknobs. All of it was door handles. Their toilets were weird. We don't want to get in. I don't want to get in specifically with that.
And were the showers? Didn't you mention that one time?
Talk about German showers.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to hit a button to turn on the water and it would only go for a certain amount of time. You kept on having, or it would turn off. Kept having to hit it. That was a pain in my behind.
You ever been to Japan? You ever used a Japanese toilet? That's an experience. On a Japanese toilet, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got headphones, it's got different cleaning modes to clean your body. It's got just the craziest toilet you've ever imagined, like covered in electronics and buttons to do all sorts of crazy different stuff.
Anyone get electrocuted on it?
Nah, I don't think so. But, you know, obviously being the curious type of person I am, I wanted to press a few of the buttons. And some of them are designed specifically for women and spray you in parts that you don't really want to spray. And a dryer, that's the worst thing. Can you imagine sitting on the toilet and having basically a hair dryer go off? That's what they have. But it's like a bidet and a dryer for your ass. And then you get off and they're self-cleaning. So get off the toilet and the whole thing will rotate, the whole seat will rotate, clean itself with a brush, wash itself with a little sprayer, and then line it with a plastic liner for the next person. Absolutely nuts.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
And then trying to position toilet roll in it. That's the seat.
No, they got 3 seashells. I didn't know what they were about.
Isn't that from that movie from
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
Well,
came up recently.
The way this toilet that I've seen is these 2 footsteps that you have in a hole in the ground. And I was in Greece when I had to go, and I heard people that went before me scream, but I didn't know what that was. But once you stepped off or a little bit off these 2 steps, then sort of a wash of water would flow over your feet, basically, because you had to step off really fast because it would clean itself after. So everybody that was a little bit delayed or not stepping off correctly got to be sprayed by a lot of water. So everybody screamed at the end. But I hate those things with these 2 footsteps. I mean, as a woman, it's impossible.
Somebody tell me about a horizon.
Yeah, we're getting way. But this is really interesting. I wasn't aware of. I just didn't know. Nathan, I thought you were just making this up.
Making which bit up?
The Japanese
made
one.
up anything.
Seashells,
No,
I
not
think.
at all. No, that's exactly how they are. You just Google it. Just do a YouTube search for Japanese toilet, and it will be exactly as I've described.
Is this the Ballbuster show?
This is Ballbusters, but I'm gonna do a ham-handed
like
segue.
one time I'm not drunk and I'm late.
Just going to segue into water not swirling down in different directions and different hemispheres shortly. So there will be a segue.
Yeah, and balls being crushed on the toilet, I think. Or electrocuted.
I'll round that up so it's nice, so we can move on to Black Swan. So unless you are actually swirling down the toilet and watching something seem to deviate as you rotate down the drain, Coriolis effect is not exampled in draining or flushing toilets. Likewise, hurricane, same principle. If you're looking up at a whirling hurricane, that's not Coriolis effect. If you're whirling around in the hurricane, watching things seem to deviate, that's Coriolis. So whirling down the toilet, that's Coriolis. Looking at the toilet, whirling down, that isn't.
Wow.
Yeah, and the lovely thing about it, you can even expand upon this, is that this misassociation of Coriolis effect with spinny, twirly things, right? It all has to do with turbulence, but it never was Coriolis effect even close, because they imagine that those spinning things happen because of the displacement of air over the Earth, and then they completely take that out of the picture, like that's not a thing, so they don't even have a original connection with the Coriolis supposed effect for the tornadoes and the spinning things to happen in the first place. It's completely nuts.
Exactly. You're a lot sharper when you're not drunk, Arvin.
I know. That's why I quit.
All right.
I'd just like to commend Nathan on the greatest link ever. Get from toilets to flat Earth in one easy step was impressive, man.
Yeah, that's pure artistry. Okay. Yeah, we've been down some lanes today. All right. So, anything else before the Black Swan? We're gonna go right into it. Thank you. Mic discipline, please. Here we go. The entire basis of the Black Swan is the horizon. And only the horizon. Let's get a few definitions here of what it actually is. Let's use the Socratic method. From their alma mater wiki, horizon is the apparent line that separates the earth from sky. Horizon, Merriam-Webster, the line where the earth seems to meet the sky. The apparent junction of earth and sky sailing toward the horizon. And Oxford dictionaries. Horizon, the line at which the earth's surface and the sky appear to meet. Obviously, I highlighted here apparent and appear. In this context, apparent means not actually. There's a reason why they say that. Because the earth and the sky never actually meet. They only appear to meet. I hope everyone follows that. Let's get a couple more definitions. From the US DoD, horizon. In general, the apparent or visible junction of the earth and sky, as seen from any specific position. Also called the apparent, visible, or local horizon. Local horizon, what's that? Oh, we have National Geographic to tell us. The local horizon, also called the geometrical horizon, is the visible boundary between the earth and sky. If it's the local horizon, it's the geometrical horizon. It's the local horizon, it's also apparent and visible, just like the geometrical horizon. There is only one horizon, folks. That is the most important part of this story and the biggest stumbling block that we get from the cognitive dissonance masses. You're not changing the definition of horizon, folks. No matter what you do, we're just going to laugh at you. Okay? But you will continue to try because this is the last port in the storm. We'll talk more about this below. Like I said, why is it apparent? We already went over why it's not actually. The number one is, well, duh, because the earth and sky or the sea and sky never actually meet. It is also apparent because the horizon is variable and it's based on the observer's height. What can obstruct or obfuscate or obscure the geometric horizon? Well, weather, atmospheric conditions, waves, tides, etc. However, the geometric horizon can never be more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. It can be closer than that due to the effects I just mentioned above, but it can never, ever be more than that on their fairy tale sphere. Guys, don't seem to understand that part of the argument. It's the death knell. As I said, however, on the ball-tarred ball, the geometric horizon can never or can be no more than what its geometric constraints allow. Makes sense, right? It's always based on the observer's height and the radius. So let's roll with Andrew Thomas Young from San Diego State University, the subject matter expert, astronomy department. If h is in meters, that makes the distance to the geometric horizon 3.57 kilometers times the square root of the height of the eye in meters. or about 1.23 miles times the square root of the eye height in feet. So just to make sure that Andrew Thomas Young hasn't cornered the market on basic geometry, we'll roll with the University of Washington Department of Mathematics and see what they have to say. So, for all practical purposes, we can estimate the distance to the horizon using 1.22459 times the square root of the height, or perhaps even more simply, as just 1.2 times the square root of h, which gives the distance in miles when h is in feet, that is height. Very simple. The death of the ball-tard spinning space monkey religion. Again, if the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's the geometric horizon, and there she is. We're not concerned with the oil platforms whatsoever. I don't care what they're doing. They can have a Chinese Superman on there with a purple tutu riding a pink unicorn. It could be doing cartwheels, both of these in place. It wouldn't matter. I don't care. Only use the oil platforms to demarcate distance from the eye or from the camera. And we definitely have that. You have Platform Hill House at 6.21 miles away from the observer and Platform Habitat at 9.41 miles. We are only concerned with what's behind it, and that is the geometric horizon. Everyone can see it in this photo. Now, there's no fog. There's no California wildfires here. I took this still, and all I did was adjust for contrast to bring the horizon out just a little bit more for those blind among us. So there's no question where this horizon is. The observer height in this photograph, in this still from the video, is 1 foot. And guess what? We're sticking with 1 foot from now on. There is no observer height 5 feet. I eliminated it. I gave it to you as a mercy. I'm removing that mercy away. I'm taking 1 foot. Why am I doing that? Let me show you why I'm doing that. From the original video, BMLSB, he is going to put his camera, I'm saying it's less than 1 foot. You be the judge. Is this 1 foot or less than 1 foot, folks? He's doing it right in front of you. Okay? That's why I'm taking away the 5 feet. Here she comes. Booyah! You understand now? We're rolling with 1 foot. And I think I'm being generous with that. Okay? Long as we understand each other. At an observer height of 1 foot, we already went over the formula to calculate the geometric horizon. The distance to the horizon on your fairy tale sphere should be no more than 1.22 miles. However, the distance to the horizon in this photograph or this still from the video is greater than 9.41 miles. This is self-evident to everyone. Now, even if the observer's height was 5 foot, the maximum distance to the geometric horizon would be 2.73 miles. That's not even in this still. If BMLSB was 35 feet, if he was on the shore and he had a ladder, took him up to 35 feet, the maximum distance to the geometric horizon would be 7.24 miles, which is preposterous because obviously he's not standing on a frigging ladder. I just showed you. So even then, that horizon would be in between platform Hillhouse and platform Habitat at 7.24 miles. Even then, you're toast. The argument, which I'll tell you what, I have asked, it's greater than 65 times. Not one person has given me the argument verbatim the first time that I asked them. You know, because usually now they're giving me feigned exasperations, especially in 24/7 and Betty's Discord. When we say, hey, do you know about the black swan? They start snickering, you know, trying to relieve their pain that way, or name calling. And I just ask them, do you know the argument that's brought against you? Can you repeat it? Not one single person in the last 3.5 months, 4 months has given me the argument. Not one. Here it is. Holy shnikes, this is going to leave a mark. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's Q. Not Q, because the horizon distance is greater than 9.41 miles in the black swan photo that I just showed you. Therefore, not P. Earth is not a sphere. The Baltard spinning space monkey community, please allow me to introduce to you your black plague, the black swan. There she is. As you can see, it has changed. Observer height, just the terminology. I removed the 5 feet like I told you. The observer height is 1 foot, and I think I'm being generous with that. Max distance to the geometric horizon is 1.22 miles. Please explain to me how the geometric horizon that we can see behind the platforms is 10 times further than it should be. Questions, comments?
You just made me think of something that I never even realized about that picture, that specific picture. And that is that in the globe model, the horizon is not even on the picture. I never even thought about that. It's like, no, it's not at the what you see as the horizon. No, it's literally not even on the picture. It's like 3 pictures down on that scale, isn't it?
Yeah, what Armin's saying is you'd have to zoom right back out, get the 1.2 mile mark into that frame. Yeah, you're right. It's not in the frame of that picture, Armin.
Never even realized that.
Well, to conclude, it shows that we don't have a geometric horizon. We only have one horizon, and the horizon we see is not geometric. So therefore, the geometric horizon in the globe model isn't something we ever see in reality. Therefore, the model's debunked. That's the end of the globe model.
And the one that made that video, BMSL, whatever, he said, he confirmed in the chat that it was 1 feet. So I think that's good.
I don't think we even need I appreciate that from BMLSB69. Yep, and I've seen it. But I think the video is self-evident.
Well, but he was the one that made it, and he was there, right? So he would know.
Yes.
So yeah.
Adam Meakin, sir.
Yeah. You know, I'm particular sometimes. John, in Ballbusters, I've put up that picture that I did. Are you able to share it at all? The reverse calculator for distance to the horizon. So it's
I'm sorry, I was on mute, Adam. No, I'm not able to do that.
okay. Well, the reason I did a little calculation so that here we can see here different a different horizon we would expect if we were on a ball. And John's alluded to that, you know, we've said that means it's not a ball. Well, strictly true, it means it's not a ball of stated size. So it disproves the heliocentric all Earth model. It doesn't necessarily disprove in that picture is we could be on a much, much bigger ball. What I kind of did was, obviously you've got the square root of the observer height as 1.22 and gives us, based on how high we are, how much of the ball we should see or when the obstruction kicks in. But the reality is here is what I've built is backwards thing. So you can put in your distance, the horizon, you can see here, and give you, particularly based on that, which is, you know, ballers have worked on for years, that the recalculate the R value. So based on that, if that was a physical obstruction, so for example, at 9.41 miles, that was where the horizon was, then the R value would go to 133,767 miles instead of the 3. No.
Yep.
And that's why I want to say, you know, it destroys the ball Earth. It doesn't disprove it's not a ball. But what I would like to qualify that with is looking at that and the way in which the distances between the two. If you look at the first distance, first platform, it's 6 miles. Look at that, it's 3 miles there. Looking at that, I'd say that's around about 20 miles horizon. So based on that assumption, would mean we were saying that's how physical obstruction, 20 miles, it comes out with an R value, 1,056,000 miles.
That's what I got too. Adam, did you come up? That's what I said when I first started doing this. Now, I can't confirm exact distance to the horizon, but I said initially it was 20 to 23 miles away. Just from what I watched from BMLS B69 and the islands that were out there, I said, yeah, I can't confirm it, so I'm not going to bring it up. I'll say it, but I'm not going to bring it up. But if it's at 20 miles, the radius of the Earth must be 1,056,000 miles. Folks, 1,056,000 miles. The entire, and you're right, Adam, when you said, yeah, it doesn't show that it's flat. But let me tell you something. They have already stated, it's their story. There's no takebacks. It's already 3959 miles. How much of the heliocentric nonsensical buffoonery is related to the radius of the Earth in the heavens?
All of it.
I totally agree, John. That's why I said it doesn't disprove it. It's a ball. It destroys heliocentric Earth model because that is everything. All their mathematics are fundamentally based on the value, this R value. To move it by a couple of miles, it might be a slight problem mathematically. To do what we're just suggesting here, talking factors, magnitude here, it absolutely blows it out of the water. I say that this proof does not mean it's not a giant ball of more than 1 million mile radius. Oh no. Get real. Doesn't need to show that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a good point, Adam. Yep, I like your attention to detail with it. Yes.
I mean, that's working on the assumption that you're still detailing the calculations for a physical sphere edge horizon. So based on that assumption, yes, you can push it out on based on the distance and do their calculation to come up with the radius, and it goes out to absolutely ludicrous numbers. But ultimately speaking, just by doing that, isn't that the process of demonstrating beyond all certitude that it's not physical?
it does say that.
Go ahead, Adam.
I say it does exactly that. That's why I prefaced what I said earlier, that's what we've had to deal with for so long. That was their hard fact, and they want to maintain that hard fact and maintain all their previous observations of this being a physical leading edge. And this is the implications of the black swan image. If the black swan, if that is your leading edge, your horizon, then our value is now over 1 million.
Yes, sir.
Ballers have lost their fundamental edge.
Yeah, it's over right here. There is no argument. I've been hearing for the past couple weeks, obviously, people like to argue. So they're going to bring up other points. There's, you guys know them all, right? And I'm just sitting there. Look, I'm not trying to be pretentious. I'm not trying to be me. Just bring up the black swan and end it. Just end it right there. It's too easy, right? There's a lot of people that do that, but a lot of people, I think they just like to argue.
That's not pretense, John. That's called impatience.
Yeah. I sit back and listen. I'm just shaking my head back here, going over, innumerable arguments. You guys all know them. Just bring out the black swan and just kill it right there. Just chop its legs off. There's nothing they can say with this. They're going to try. We're going to get into this in a couple minutes. But I think they're down to one absolute train wreck argument. We're going to go over those. Anything else? Let's see any more ball busters in here.
Are we going to go to people, having other people chat, or you just want to go through the black swan first?
Yeah, we already decided we're going to go through the whole black swan and then have other people chime in.
All right. Okay, good.
Is there any admin, Betty? Any thoughts or any admin?
Was there? I don't think so. No. But we have flat. Yeah, there was one. I think that I didn't say this one. Mary Mom sent a super chat and he said, "Yay! The generosity of 5 feet was misunderstood, unappreciated, and undeserved."
Exactly. Yeah. And you're welcome, Mary Mom. I had the thought in my mind. In fact, I mentioned it maybe a month ago that I was considering because I was getting a lot of people telling me to pull it off. And it reached more or less the crescendo a few days ago, which Mary Mom was involved in. And I said, yep, that's right. I'm taking it away. You'll never see it again. And like I said, I think I'm justified. And I just showed why I'm justified. All right, Betty, anything else?
No, I'm trying to get Flat Earth Math in the chat, in the panel, but I think that he's a little bit rusty with Discord, so maybe next time.
Flat Earth Math, just chill out. You can get in here, but your time's coming Tuesday. I was considering about putting your knucklehead in this presentation here, but I'm not going to blemish the black swan with you. Okay? I'm going to deal with you on Tuesday for the final, sir. Okay? It's going to get bad for you. Just to let you know, son. Let's roll with the black swan, though. I'm not bringing that point up anymore. That's why we just rolled on past it. Because I told you I wasn't going to tell you again. Potential debunks. I've lined through most of these because they're preposterous. They were dealt with in the past. I'm not dealing with them. I left the one alone because now we're going to go over the white swans. We're going to go over refraction, but they only have one argument left, and everyone has been hearing this. And this argument is we don't or never see the geometric horizon. That's the only thing that they have left. In actuality, even that's a train wreck. All we have to say is welcome to flat Earth then. Because it's definitely in your model. It's definitely not in reality. Go over white swans. That's not an argument anymore. Most of the white swans you post, I'm going to post one here in a second that I've had up in this presentation since the beginning. We're going to clobber that one. This one, Q is a straw man. That lasted for about a week and a half before it was abjectly pummeled into the incoherent oblivion. And then, of course, refraction, which is a delusional red herring fallacy to the argument. However, because it's so popular, I am going to go over refraction again, mainly for the new people or just a brush up for the old timers. Okay? Go over the white swan, one white swan. This is the quintessential example of the white swan. Ironically, it was BMLSB about 4 days after he published the black swan. He took this photo 4 days after. He was 1 foot. So, same observer's height. Folks, this is platform Hillhouse, right? Remember, I said I really don't care what these platforms are doing. They can be doing cartwheels in place. I don't care. I am only looking for one thing. Where is the horizon? As we can see in this alleged white swan, the horizon is pretty darn close to platform Hillhouse. Can I get it accurately? No. But I can tell you one thing. It's not 1.22 miles away from BMLSB 69. That's for damn sure. Are you tracking with me, Sallies? In other words, this is a black swan. And you think this debunks the #1 globe killer when it's a black swan itself? My word, people. Atmospheric refraction. Like I said, this is an incoherent red herring fallacy. I'm going to show you why. #1, the comeback here is refraction, right? It's like, bagat, refraction. Bagat, gravity. Bagat, you don't understand, right? Typical one-word rebuttals. 1A, we know that you don't know what refraction is because you just say refraction. Well, is that prism refraction? Is that magnifying glass refraction? Which type of refraction are you talking about? We like to pay attention to detail here. And then when we ask you, you say atmospheric refraction. Then my next question is, what are the types of atmospheric refraction? And all I get is crickets, obfuscation, and name calling because you don't know what you're talking about. You've heard somebody else say refraction, so you're just going to repeat it and think it's going to cover you. How's that worked out for you the past 3 months? Not too well, has it? From your alma mater wiki, atmospheric refraction near the ground produces mirages. Such refraction can also raise or lower, or stretch or shorten, the images of distant objects without involving mirages. Let's count them. We have mirages, that's 1. Raise or lower, 2 and 3. Stretch and shorten, 4 and 5. So it looks like there's 5 types of refraction, that is atmospheric refraction. Let's get some more clarity. We're going to go back to your alma mater wiki via the subject matter expert, Andrew Thomas Young from San Diego State University, Astronomy Department. He's #2 in this citation right here. You see #2 right there? That's him. While mirages are the best known atmospheric refraction phenomena, looming and similar refraction phenomena do not produce mirages. Here we go. Here comes the 5. Again, mirages show an extra image or images of the miraged object, while looming, towering, stooping, and sinking do not. No inverted images present in those phenomena either. Depending on atmospheric conditions, the objects can appear to be elevated or lowered, stretched or stooped. These phenomena can occur together, changing the appearance of different parts of the objects in different ways. Sometimes these phenomena can occur together with a true mirage. All right, let's go over them again. There's 5. Ready? Mirages, number 1. Looming, number 2. Towering, number 3. Stooping, number 4. And sinking, number 5. How hard is this? Right? Now, are there a number of different types of mirages? Yes. There's 5 subcategories of mirages. We don't really have to worry about that. We just have to worry about the definition of what a mirage is. Duh. Let's do that. Like I said, so there are 5 effects of refraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each definition of each effect of your atmospheric refraction that you begocked, and we're going to go over, we're going to superimpose it on the black swan photo. Make sense? And we're going to see if it holds any water. So, number 1, is the horizon miraged? Let's go back to the definition. What is a mirage? Well, mirages show an extra image or images of the mirage object. So, the question must be, is there an extra horizon in the black swan photo? Is there an extra horizon or horizons in this photo? No? Then it's not a mirage. See how I did that? Let's take 2 and 3 together. From their alma mater wiki again, via alma mater wiki, via Andrew Thomas Young, the subject matter expert. Towering and stooping change the apparent shape of the object itself. With towering, objects appear stretched. With stooping, objects appear to be shortened. Is the horizon stretched or shortened in the black swan photo? Is the horizon stretched or shortened in this photo? No? Because it's a non sequitur fallacy. Then those 2 go down the tubes also. 3 down, 2 to go. Sinking, from William Humphreys. Sinking is the opposite of looming. In sinking, stationary objects that are normally seen above the horizon appear to be lowered or may even disappear below the horizon. In looming, the curvature of the rays is increasing while sinking produces the opposite effect. So, the logical follow-on question, is the horizon lowered or disappeared below the horizon in the black swan photo? Is the horizon lowered or disappeared below the horizon in this photo? No? Well, because it's non sequitur fallacy, right? We got 4 down the tubes. 1 left. Guess what that is? Looming. From Alma Mater Wiki, looming is the most noticeable and most often observed of these refraction phenomena. It is an abnormally large refraction of the object that increases the apparent elevation of the distant objects and sometimes allows an observer to see the objects that are located below the horizon under normal conditions. Let's bounce that off Andrew Thomas Young, San Diego State University, the subject matter expert. Looming. The appearance above the horizon of a distant object that would normally be hidden below it. We're going to deal with what this is caused by. We are just focusing on what looming is. So, the logical follow-on question, is the horizon appearing above the horizon in the black swan photo? Is the horizon appearing above the horizon in this photo? No, because it's the non sequitur fallacy also. Guess what that means? Your mindlessly parroted nonsensical appeal to Refraction is nonsensical buffoonery and has no cowbell to it whatso ever. Now, you see this definition? We are arguing within your definition. It's still wrong. Guess what? This definition in reality is wrong. We're going to go to the second half of this definition. This effect, that is looming, is caused by unusually large terrestrial refraction, usually due to a thermal inversion. Looming is the opposite of sinking. Both are refraction phenomena, but not mirages. See the table of refraction phenomena in the simulations, la la la. Oh, by the way, the friggin' horizon doesn't ever loom, ever, ever, ever. By the way, let's get to terrestrial refraction. Folks, this is a stone-cold begging the question fallacy from the Black Lagoon. Why? Does light refract? Answer, yeah. Is that the same that can be accounted for by terrestrial refraction? Answer, nope. Key word, terrestrial. You see, terrestrial refraction already assumes a sphere. That is, the calculations already assume the radius or the curvature of the Earth. From Andrew Thomas Young, from San Diego State University, Astronomy Department, subject matter expert. The atmosphere is also curved, really, as it follows the shape of the Earth. In the calculations below, we'll adopt a rough value of 6,400 kilometers as the radius of curvature to make the calculation simple. Well, you see this part, Professor? You're assuming the premise. The atmosphere is curved, which is lunacy. Then by proxy, Earth curvature. Well, you already said the Earth is curved via atmosphere is curved. To prove the conclusion true, terrestrial refraction or looming. That's a textbook begging the question fallacy circular banjo do-si-do. So this entire fiasco is kaput, essentially. We're going to stop at the really is level here. Now, I already showed that with even in the parameters of your own fairy tale definition of looming, it doesn't fit. Let's go now to actual reality and see what looming actually is. How about that? Looming, again, from Andrew Thomas Young, subject matter expert, San Diego State University, Astronomy Department. Looming, the appearance above the horizon of a distant object that would normally be hidden below it. That's incorrect. Looming, from Quantum Eraser, Andrew Thomas Young's Huckleberry. Looming is nothing more than an optical illusion produced by the sky being inferior mirage underneath an object, giving the appearance of said objects floating above a false horizon. Now, I could stop right there and say, aha, I got you, but I won't. See, now I'm going to give you some cowbell. Proving this statement true. This is the quintessential example in secular la-la land of looming. We all know it, right? What does this photo right here show Andrew Thomas Young's looming or his Huckleberry Quantum Eraser's looming? Looks like the sky is inferior mirage beneath an object. Let's check that. Nothing more than an optical illusion produced by the sky being inferior mirage underneath an object. Looks like the sky is being inferior mirage underneath an object, giving the appearance of said objects floating above a false horizon. This is the false horizon right here, folks. You see this? Right? We can already see the actual horizon, can't we? I told you before, off-center vision will do it. Just look above, right up here. You can see where the actual horizon is. This is the more difficult one to see it, but most people can see it. It's right here, right along the bow. I'm going to show you even more closely, and I'm going to use our good buddy Mick West to help prove my case. There he is. Mick, there's a fever in the funk house now. Same photo. What Mick does, and rightfully so, because the media was calling this a Fata Morgana. But there is no inverted image here, so it's not a Fata Morgana. It's not a mirage. He is correct when he says not a mirage. Good one. The real horizon is near here. Yeah, because we can already see it above right here, but you helped us out by contrasting the photo, so everyone can see the actual horizon here. He also points out the false horizon. Remember my definition? What was my definition? Floating above a false horizon. Thanks, Mick. Yeah. Of course, Mick was wrong. He identified it correctly, but he said it was due to fog. No, Mick, because if this was due to fog, we kind of wouldn't see the boat. But thanks, brother. Thanks for pointing out how correct my definition was. Couple more. This is taken from the Scottish Open. I think it's in 2016, 2014, or 2016. Doesn't matter. Don't look at this photo on the right. Look over here on the left. You can actually see the geometric horizon here, right? No off-center vision needed. It's right here, right? We can see the fake one. We can see the sky being inferior miraged underneath this object. Now over here, they helped us out by a little color contrasting, right? It's painfully obvious to everyone that looks at this picture what's going on here. This definition matches Quantum Eraser's definition, Andrew Thomas Young's Huckleberry. Last one. This is all I need to pummel Andrew Thomas Young and his made-up definition of looming. Shout out to Betty right here. Looks like the boats are rapturing, right? It actually does. What's going on here? Well, what it looks like is the sky is being inferior miraged underneath these objects, giving the impression that these objects are floating above a false horizon. That's Quantum Eraser's definition. Looks like we got all the makings of the clobbering of Andrew Thomas Young into the incoherent oblivion, because that's exactly what's happening here. You have a false horizon. You can tell because it's fragmented. For crying out loud. Right? The actual horizon is, you don't even have to use off-center vision with this one either. You can plainly see it. Right here. The sky is being inferior mirage below. You can see the collage of clouds that are being inferior mirage underneath this object or these boats. Again, the definition is the appearance above the horizon of a distant object that would normally be hidden below it. That's nonsensical buffoonery. I just pummeled it into the incoherent oblivion by showing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classic examples of looming and defining it precisely and showing you where and what, how, and why it is. Questions, comments?
My favourite of all of them is looming the horizon above the horizon. Is the horizon loomed with respect to the horizon? It's just so backwards, it's untrue. But I love it. It sounds great when you ask it.
I was thinking about that, Nathan, there, and it's kind of like that's what they've said. Stuff is beyond horizon. Applying it again, it's that below the horizon, implying that it's geometrically at least low horizon, and I think this demonstrates that stuff can be beyond the horizon. So, for example, in those pictures where they talk about bits of land or whatever, they're beyond the horizon, which on a flat earth makes sense. Things are just beyond it. Now, for example, you've got a tower that's in the distance way beyond the horizon. The top of the tower may still be visible because it's sticking up beyond the horizon, but it's not low. horizon.
Yeah, this whole above and below thing is very heliocentric in terms of its terminology, whereas obviously flat plane thinking would suggest that stuff is beyond it. QE had me over a barrel on this the other day when I was saying, yeah, you could show that the horizon was slightly higher if you put the two side by side. And then after a little bit of hand holding, logically, that what you've just described makes perfect sense. It's not above or below. That's ludicrous. It's beyond because you're looking further. That's all you're doing. But this whole idea that it's dropped below the horizon, I'll quote Rumpus actually. I think, quote Rumpus, you know it's looming because of its position with respect to the horizon. Now, in that statement, he's making a reification of a physical sphere edge and then determining whether or not you can see something and its position above or below based on how it appears with an assumption of a physical sphere edge horizon. But in reality, a clearer day, you see further. So you're seeing beyond where you could see before, not things being loomed up and hologrammatically projected up to the horizon. That's all nonsense.
Yes, sir.
Unless, of course, the alternative, John, that those pictures that you showed before are proof of Illuminati gravitational defying ships, and it's still a ball. Hover boats. That's the reality of what you see in there. That because of the distance where actually you're kind of imagining it's portrayed as a description of living a fantastical way of getting that image there. If you were on what I like best is Mick West at the top. He's photoshopped it, highlighted it just to highlight what a great black swan it is. Work, mate.
Thanks, Mick.
It's giving. Yeah, I mean that's the point. I think reality is either you're suggesting that that's some way loomed up. I mean, like that to such an impossible nonsense, or you clearly describe the reality of what we're seeing is the reverse of what we've always been told. That being sent up there, it's the sky just mirroring down, and always on all these pictures, horizon's the center of the picture, the frame.
Yeah, they really swashbuckled us, really pulling the wool over our eyes with these nonsensical definitions that they come up with. They're train wreck. They're entirely fallacious. They're conjured. The actual phenomena doesn't match their definitions at all. It's like they just put these out here and expect people not to look and find out where all their contradictions are. This is quite preposterous, folks.
Let's go to your definition, John. Just respect to you, mate. I don't think I'd heard it before, and there's been so much fluff and subterfuge with it. But pause, if you read, you know what I mean. It does describe images in front of us, and that, and always those loomings were with the supposition that the image is being generated because we're on a ball. Had to go fanciful. Okay. Actually, if you just apply your definition, look at the image, to argue with it.
There is no argument because it's exactly described the way the definition state. That there is, you can't argue. What are you going to argue? You can make stuff up, but you can't argue with it. It's precise. You can't get any more precise with it. That's my take anyway. I haven't heard another definition. If you got one, then not you, Adam, but if you guys got one, you know where the link is to the BALLBUSTERS voice chat. It's right in the description. We'd like to see it.
That image is great, John, that you just took off.
Which one, Adam?
Just go back, yeah, to the that one, yeah. So what are the two possibilities there? As you described, that what we're seeing there is an image on a flat plane, sky mirror being charge down onto the surface, where the angular resolution is getting really compact and the amount of information in there, losing resolution and actually see a mirroring effect, or all of that is raised up and perfectly hologrammed with a distance to give the impression that you're on a flat plane, and the hologram's a bit dodgy because the ship's floating like 500 foot in the bloody air because we're on a ball. Occam's razor's one that used to be thrown at us in the day, but again, the old definition there, those put Occam's razor on it. Use your own common sense. What you're seeing.
Exactly, Adam. It doesn't. I don't think you need Occam's. Occam, he can stay sleeping for this one. This is self-evident, apodictic. I mean, it's right there in front of you, and it matches the definition perfectly. No way around this.
What does apodictic mean?
Apodictic. It's basically self-evident.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, apodictic is self-evident. It's right there in front of your face. It's
obvious.
And obvious, another thing. Yeah. Last call.
We got a lot of people in the chat here.
Yeah. We're not done yet, though.
Yeah, but you said that you were going to see some people, and you have to give them the chance then, huh?
Yes, we said after the presentation is over, we'll open up the floor.
Yeah, well, I tried. Because there might be people wanting to chime in on this, and then they forget. You know how people are, they forget.
Yeah, they do. That's why they make pens and pencils and paper.
No, we got computers.
Or computers. Write the subject down. There's only a couple subjects here, refraction being the main one.
Okay, well, I use my computer for two super chats. Can I shout those out then, maybe?
Yes, you may.
Oh, wow. We got one from Shatness Bassoon, and he says, Circulus in probandu, in R you trust, amen, he says, with a J in it.
I like the name. What was the name again?
Shatner's Bassoon.
Shatner's Bassoon. Fair enough.
And then you got GK, and he says, keep twisting the knife, QE. God bless Ballbusters. And a new one came in from Vinny P, and he says, thanks for your hard work with demolishing the globe model. I've been using your website for references in debate and have been destroying.
Okay. That's it. That's the ticket, man. Who was that?
Vinny P.
Vinny P. Rock, man. That's exactly what I wanted. That was, you got it. Thanks, man. That it?
All right. Get on with it, because people want to respond.
Get on with it.
These ballers are trembling with their feet to get on this panel and get their words out, I think.
They're going through DTs, right? All right, let's continue. Look, there's only a couple short sections left, so it's coming.
Good.
Yeah. Horizons. This is a very important one. So I'm going to give you the definition from National Geographic. There's a number of cited definitions here. And if something is not from National Geographic, I'll let you know. So, horizons. Let's see what these guys got to say. Number one, the local horizon. We already went over this one. The local horizon, also called the geometrical horizon, is the visible boundary between the earth and sky. So, that's the geometric horizon. Number two, the geographic horizon is the apparent boundary between the earth and sky. That's the geometrical horizon, because the geometrical horizon is also apparent, and it's the visible boundary between the earth and sky. So thank you, geometric horizon. Number three, the sea level horizon is the geographic horizon at sea level. Really? So if the sea level horizon is the geographic horizon, and the geographic horizon is the geometrical horizon, then the sea level horizon is the geometric horizon. I hope you can follow that. Quite simple logic. Number 4, from National Geographic also, the astronomical horizon is the imaginary horizontal plane. Now, wait one. Imaginary? We don't do imaginary here. We work at the really is level. Let's see if we can get another definition that is not imaginary that describes the astronomical horizon. We'll go to Britannica.com. Horizon in astronomy is the boundary where the sky seems to meet the ground or sea. We all know what that is. That's the geometric horizon, don't we? So we've got 4 definitions thus far. All of them are the geometric horizon. Essentially, they're just calling it by different names. The last one, the true horizon. What are all these false? I digress. The true horizon is the imaginary plane that passes. What? This is imaginary also? I'm sorry. We don't do imaginary here. We work at the really is level. So, essentially, all their definitions that aren't imaginary are the geometrical horizon. I hope this is clear to everyone. It's not. I know it is. Here is the number 1 argument that has survived. You're looking at it right here from the Globetard Spinning Space Monkey Religion. This is it, folks. This is it. We do not see the geometric horizon. The horizon behind the platforms is the apparent horizon. This is their argument. That's it. This is what they're left with. This is what they're reduced to. It is abject buffoonery. Again, the local horizon, also called the geometrical horizon, is the visible boundary between the earth and sky. They have the geometric horizon down here. Is this the visible boundary between the earth and the sky, or the sea and the sky? One wouldn't think so. One would think that this geometric horizon, which is also apparent, by the way, is where the apparent horizon is, because that's the boundary where the sky appears to meet the sea or the earth. This is it, folks. This is it. And we can have a little fun with this. Someone sent this to me probably about a week after the Black Swan come out. Pretty funny. We have the astronomical horizon, we have the apparent horizon, we have the artificial horizon, horizon to be named later, the geometric horizon, the chocolate horizon. I think people were selling these before, if I wasn't mistaken. Preposterous, ludicrousness, absurdity.
Price job.
Oh, there's an interruption. Go ahead, Adam.
It's only because I don't want anybody out there, just for the chat. If anybody does want one of those horizons, Nathan Oakley is selling them at, I think, a COVID rate now.
Yeah, the special rates for COVID victims, especially.
Thank you.
Job.
Yep. All right, real quick with ray tracing. To be honest with you, people just say rays and they say it so fast that no one gets a chance to go back and review this. I'll just go through it real quickly. From Andrew Thomas Young again, the subject matter expert, San Diego State University Astronomy Department. Some people have worried about how to apply the refraction law to such a horizontal ray of light. Because it does not cross any horizontal boundaries between denser and less dense air in a stratified atmosphere. In general, the curvature of the ray is different from the curvature of the Earth's surface, but here we are only concerned with rays that bend just enough to follow the curve of the Earth. The simplest solution to the horizontal ray paradox, I'd suggest to go ahead and look up that word paradox, is to remind ourselves that rays are an unrealistic mental construct It's not only a mental construct, it's an unrealistic mental construct. We're back to the imagination again. In reality, here we go. We always have a beam of light, infinitely narrow rays don't really exist. Well, Andrew Thomas Young, we here in BALLBUSTERS, we work at the really is level. So we're in paradox. And finally, Mr. Al-Biruni. Bubby. You see, folks, the radius of the Earth wasn't discovered by Eratosthenes. Secular scientists, I use that in quotations, don't use Eratosthenes. They've always fallen back to Al-Biruni for their radius. Al-Biruni from 973 to 1048 developed a new method using trigonometric calculations. Ooh, that's scary. To compute Earth's radius and circumference based on the angle between the horizontal line and the true horizon. You know, the true horizon, the one we seen up there that was the imaginary one. From a mountaintop with a known height. He calculated the height of the mountain by going to 2 points at sea level with a known distance apart and then measuring the angle between the plane and the top of the mountain for both points. Biruni's estimate of 6,339.9 kilometers for the Earth radius had an error of 0.0026. This was 16.8 kilometers less than the current value of 6,356.7 kilometers. The idea came to him when he was on top of a tall mountain near Nandana in India. He measured the dip angle using an astrolabe, and he applied to the law of sines formula. He also made use of algebra in his calculations. This is what he did, folks. Let's check it out. A, the highest point of the mountain. Fair enough. B, the lowest point of the mountain. Fair enough. H, the height of the mountain. Fair enough. C, the lowest point of the true horizon, which is imaginary from our definition above, visible from point A. Here you go. This is what he did. My question, if the horizon, the geometric horizon, is never visible, and we only see a refracted apparent horizon, Al-Biruni must have not seen the geometric horizon either. He was seeing an apparent or refracted horizon. Question, how can you compute a geometric radius from a refracted horizon? Does everyone get it now? Does everyone see the double-speaking, nonsensical buffoonery game we got going on here? If you don't see it, go ahead and ring your call button, and I'll have Tommy come back and smack you in the head with a tack hammer until you do. Okay? Another thing. I've been getting people with this refraction. They're telling me that the higher you go up, like Al-Biruni did right here, looking down through many stratified densities of the atmosphere, that refraction is less than when you're at the same elevation of your target. Can somebody please explain it to me? Even in your fairy tale refraction model, can somebody explain that to me? Isn't that contradictory? Thanks for your ear. Have a nice day. Questions, comments?
I think we kept him waiting long enough. We should go straight to the guests.
Who's in charge here? Who's got the con? Betty, Righteous, you there?
Yeah, on there.
Righteous, you got the con? Go ahead, top to bottom, sir.
They're getting that lined up. That picture's still on screen. Outside, obviously, of A to C being a phallic member of donkey, in reality, what would be interesting would be if you've got less than A or greater than B, that line is going to intersect with the circle at a less and less reduced rate, because obviously what Al-Biruni is not doing, he goes up to the mountain, is he's looking straight ahead anymore. He's looking down. Obviously, there you go, the more you have to look down, or the more you're able to look down, that horizontal horizon is the leading edge of the sphere. What I've never seen is the correlation. Now, in your description, say that he'd bothered to go to sea level. Would be very interesting if old Al bothered to tell us what the horizon distance was at the sea level, where he bothered and took 2 measurements, but at no point when he was on, he's only bothered to take those measurements to triangulate the height of the top. Bother looking at the horizon when he was at sea level, 5 foot. Be very interesting. The Al-Biruni's numbers there, side by his figures at the top.
That's a pretty serious angle. He's looking down there to see, don't you think? Yeah, I've been up on mountains. I was in Hawaii in the Kahukus, right? Looking out at the horizon. I'm telling you, I wasn't looking down to my feet. Tell you that much. Freaking bozos.
I think it'd be that extreme, but I think the point is the suggestion that he wouldn't be looking straight ahead. Right, I said what's important though is there's only one measurement taken there. Now, you're going to suggest that that's a leading edge, and what would be empirical would be to take multiple readings at different heights and show a correlation. That correlation would be R.
You're right, Adam. He would have to do it multiple times from different heights. That would probably be the best way to do it. You're right.
Like I said, donkey dicks aside.
This is a family show.
And non-straight line tangents aside, that is the the point of destruction. You don't need to go to the point to say, well, I'm going to use that to validate it, blah blah blah, as I've done. But the reality is, you can't draw a straight line tangent at these presuppositions. That's what they argue. Like curves at 7/6 are.
You got it, Adam. They already presumed the radius, but they got the radius from a refracted horizon. How'd they do that? I gotcha. I gotcha by the short hairs. I've had you for years, but this one, you can't get away. I'm going to drag you around for the next 10, 15 years. As long as I draw breath, I'm going to drag you around. Get used to it.
Well, there's no more short hairs. It's all long now because of lockdowns. Yeah. Just so you know.
That is the fundamental bit with the maths and fundamental with everything now. We've worked so hard at was on trigonometry, but look at, as you say, John, through those ascending. That's the other important point. They're happy one level, objectively suggesting that the light will bend. The amount of additional refraction as you transition through 6,000 of height on that from down to sea level, the amount of inverted refraction that would occur to be able to triangulate a point is just, it's nonsensical, isn't it?
Yeah. That important point that you're talking about, my last point, Adam. Would there be more refraction, atmospheric refraction, looking through more density gradients or less density gradients?
Logically, we even on a plane, when we're observing stuff, there is differential and small amounts of refraction as it goes from like medium differentials to the next. That's just viewing straight across. Even on a flat plane looking down, as we understand the atmosphere, we know that there's great variation as you go up. Well, you would then start to incur all of the effects that we would know as you were getting much greater changes in terms of relative density of the atmosphere. So it's bound to have a much greater effect than viewing through a especially linear.
Yeah. The target at the same elevation that you are or close to it. So I don't, but where are you getting this from? Did somebody just make this up? Right? Without thinking through it? You guys are toast.
To put that in their terms, John, if you're looking across at the water, then they're telling you that there is sufficient refraction in there, bend that light at 7/6R just within pretty much in a even medium, sufficient refraction occurring at that rate. So if you then invert the way in which the light's got, you're viewing it, multiple different medium for densities, especially when you go to something like whatever the height of that mountain is, you're gonna, what level of their refraction to be subject to me would undermine the points. Say to have 7/6R straight across in pretty much the same medium and vary it at multiple levels over that kind of mountain dive. It's just fanciful to say, would it be?
Yeah, it's a contradiction. You're contradicting yourselves. Keep on doing it. I shouldn't even pointed it out. I just laugh at that when they bring it up. It's usually random. Why don't you get higher? Be less refraction. Really? Oh my word. Okay. All right. Is that it, Adam? Is that all you got?
Yeah, totally. Other than to say, like you just said there, it's all superfluous to say that you can't have a curved tangent. You can end it there, can't you?
Yes, we can. We can end it at, yeah. We can cut them off at the knees well before this, and we already did. This is just barely palpable background noise. But to point it out to, like I said, any new people out there, and just to brush up on the old timers, just to recognize their arguments, because you're going to hear this again. I've heard it a number of times over the past 2 weeks. Go higher, less refraction. Sure. Thank you. Righteous, you have the con, sir. Straight down.
Mine's Logic, you there?
Hey, I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Good. Okay, I just have 3 points to make. I'll keep them brief. Okay. First point, I'm very happy QE that you got rid of that 5 foot. They don't deserve the 5 foot, and they don't ever deserve to get it back. Right from the original Black Swan. Point 2 is that the horizon itself is the definition of it is it's the apparent juncture where the Earth and sky appear to meet. So it's a visual effect. So they are claiming refraction of an already visual effect. Refraction is technically, although it happens to light, it's technically a visual effect. So like that's like them saying something is sinking and also inferior or superior miraging at the same time. You know, it's already a visual effect. So how can a visual effect be affected by other visual effects? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the third point is this thing about refraction being less from a high elevation. I think they just need to go back to pre-2019, where all the flat earthers were making these big long-range observations from high elevations, and they were being told the reason you're seeing so far is because of looming. Now, looming is one of the 5 effects of refraction. Now, even though their version of looming is wrong, they still were claiming looming. So consequently, they're claiming that it's because of high refraction that we were seeing so far from a high elevation. But now, no, there's no refraction hardly from high elevations, and they want us all to stop taking these observations from down low because only refraction causing that.
Exactly.
So that's what I have to say.
Outstanding, Brian. Thank you very much. Right on point. You caught him in their double speaking nonsense again. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Scholten, you there? Can anybody else hear him?
No, it's very low.
I hear him, but he's very low.
John, I have you maximum. I got you, John. No problem. Go ahead and PM me and we're good to go. No one, hey, John, no one can hear you. Go ahead and PM me, sir, and then we'll talk. Okay?
Moving on, we're going to John Bernard's.
Yes.
And you're off mute now. Last call for John Bernard's. And then Leon Gentile.
No, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, no, it's lone gentle. But no, everything's fine. Great talk. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. And then Moostone.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Kiri, could you go back to the Mick West picture with boat floating?
Wait, one.
Did you hear me? Could you go back to the?
Yeah, I said wait one.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, because he says he's pointing to true horizon and false horizon, but he's a glober, right?
Yes.
So should he not say the other way around? I mean, why does he not say, from his perspective, that the real horizon is below and the false one is above?
Yeah, don't ask me. Go ahead and ask Mick.
Okay. And then it's just a point to make. Shouldn't someone try to reverse? I mean, if you can show that picture again, sorry. Shouldn't someone try to reverse engineer?
I'm telling you, man. 1 second.
Sorry, man. No, I mean, shouldn't someone try to reverse engineer this this looming picture to see if it matches with the R value and what they claim terrestrial refraction is?
Don't need to. That, I mean,
it would make a modus tollens, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you could possibly do it, but I don't need to. Yeah, you could do it. Go ahead and do it.
Thank you.
No, you could do it. I'm following where you're going with it. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And I mean, are there any of those looming pictures where they claim that? Because I mean, you know, if what we're seeing is looming in the other pictures, such as the black swan, I mean, you should actually see. I mean, you shouldn't see the false horizon.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, it should be identical. You should see no difference. It should be a continuum, right?
Yeah.
So the sea should also refract. So I mean, how come all these people are showing these examples of looming I mean, it doesn't make sense doesn't match up with what we're seeing in the black swan.
Yep. Exactly right, sir. I agree. Yep.
Okay, that's all. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hello, Neil. You on? Neil Constantino?
If Neil doesn't answer,
It's got to come back to me. barbecue's not staying lit. I got major issues here.
I'll take Neil's place for a second. Just to say, first off, what's up, guys?
What's up, Chocolate?
Chilling. So, I'm curious about something. Brian said something about we got rid of that 5 feet. Is that what we did? I missed that.
Yes, I axed the 5 feet. We are at observer height 1 foot, and my mandate is the actual video. And even at that point, I think I'm highballing. I think he was lower, but it is 1 foot observer's height, sir, from here on out.
That's a good copy. You already know I've been saying that from the jump, so.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people saying that from the jump. Oh, I did want to provide some mercies so we could get past it and get to the meat of the argument. We've done that. Now I'm going back, and I'm giving them 1 foot, and I am justified.
Yep. All right, cool.
All right, we'll move on to Sin Cleanser. If he's around. Travis, are you there?
Hey, how we doing? Happy to be here. Yeah, man. It's over. Sitting here eating popcorn, watching this, laughing.
Thanks, Travis.
Yeah, no problem, brother. I just wanted to say, I think, and unless you've gone over the twist already, I was away for a little bit, so I'll hope to catch that when I get back. But I mean, it's all over. You know, they sit there and they try to talk about bendy cranes and all this nonsense. It's absurd, and you can do the 7/6R. You're not going to get anywhere near what is visually seen. So, QE, you were talking about like a million mile. What was that circumference, sir?
1,056,000.
Excellent. That's based off of the horizon distance demarcated by the oil platforms.
No, that is based on the horizon distance. Yeah, behind the oil platforms. Yes, you can. There's some ways to calculate. Go ahead, Adam. This is Adam's game. Go ahead, Adam.
Obviously, that distance to the horizon formula is calculated. It's based on a number of assumptions, but it was calculated. You know, the 1.22. So what I did was an alternative version. If you want it, dude, it's basically the R value, the radius of the new ball you're on, equal to 2640 multiplied by the distance to the horizon squared divided by the observer height. That will then give you the size of the new ball you're on based on that geometric obstruction you've observed today.
And that marries up also with Pythagorean formula. The question is, how far is that horizon away? Now, I say 10 miles. Everyone knows it's further, but 10 miles will do it all by itself. If you put that horizon at 20 miles, then that's what you get from both Pythagorean formula and the way that it's probably a derivation from Pythagorean, right, Adam?
Yeah, so mine is, yeah, they're both Pythagorean. They're a bit dealing with the ball, so they kind of revert it to it. There's a number of assumptions in it, so it is an approximation, like 8 inches per mile. But yeah, if you're at 10 miles, it's 264,000. Oh, yeah.
264.
Yeah. If you're at 10, because remember, you're squaring the distance to the horizon to work your R value. So at 20, got 400 there, haven't you? At 10, you've got 100. So this is, unfortunately, this is the mathematical consequence of claiming you live on a ball.
Yeah, yes, sure it is. Yes, sir. Is that it, Travis?
I just want to say this to all these mathematical loving globe-headed religious zealots, you've essentially, if I understand you correctly, you have double proved or validated your numbers through an additional mathematical formula.
Oh yeah, it's simple.
There you go. Okay, good. Just wanted to put that out there, and yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate all you do. And I'm going to be sharing your content on a Truth channel here coming up. So hopefully we can get you a lot more views.
Hey, just hit the website, man. Just when they say percent screen, just go to the website.
Right on. Who are you going to call? BALLBUSTERS, man.
Who you gonna call? That's right. BALLBUSTERS. You got it right. All right. Appreciate that, Travis. But Righteous, you still got the con?
And we might have the final person, Zanuck. Zanuck, you there? If not Zanuck, Chike dropped in. Maybe he wants to say hello. Chike?
Hello.
Well,
Hello? Comments, questions, any rebuttals to anything that was covered in the Black Swan?
Yeah, don't be shy because you said something in the chat. But just repeat it.
I've actually got something from Zanuck here. I guess while he was talking, I hope I'm not stepping on anybody right now. But
Okay.
From what I said, he said, you are not using your head, ... If there is refraction, comma, the horizon will be angularly further away, ... Not actual, ... You can't base the radius on that refracted position, period. Don't be dumb, exclamation point. ...
Kick him out of this room. At home. Not you, Travis. Kick Zanuck the heck out of here. I don't want to hear it. ...
all right. Well, we still got Neil if he's back from his barbecue. And then that's it.
Yep.
The shit ain't staying lit. What the frick is going on here? Holy shit, this is the first time this ever happened to me in my life. Any suggestions?
Check the propane.
No propane. I do cube, charcoal.
Oh, is it all damp?
No, I just bought the bag.
You just
Freaking me
bought the
out.
bag?
It's never happened to me, yeah.
You got lighter fluid?
Yeah.
More fluid.
More
Fluid on,
fluid.
it just keeps going out.
Sounds
Flame
like more
goes-
fluid.
Flame goes up 8 feet, and then 10 seconds later, it's out.
Oh, you bought some garbage charcoal.
Yeah, you bought
this
some
is-
garbage
I gotta go
charcoal.
Back. I gotta get some new shit. Kingsford. What else do you
Really?
use? Yeah, they're selling us some old shit. You see what they're doing with this Corona shit? Now they're getting rid of all their old stock.
No, what you use is you don't use lighter fluid. You use Baller's Tears.
That wasn't my trunk.
I
Baller's Tears.
learned
ignite it.
great.
Good stuff, QE. Good stuff. I'm still listening. Get busy.
Thanks, man.
Hair dryer on it, dude. Honestly, the best thing to get a fire going, put a hair dryer on it. Gets it. Then
Oh, here.
don't need extra fuel.
Yours Corona. Oh, to try the I don't think they're wet.
Hey, when you use that hair dryer, have your wife take a picture of you using the hair dryer and the lighter fluid. We need to see that.
And then they call you a redneck.
Good stuff, QE. Good stuff.
Good enough, man. So that's all you got, Righteous?
Seems so.
Ballers. The link.
Wait.
Hold on a second.
Maybe Large Sphere Earther wants to say something.
Go ahead.
Unorthodox, you there? It's not.
That's it.
That's it.
Ballers, this is the #1 charge against you and kills your spinning ball space monkey religion. DED. Dead. I have had no one come up here for a simple rebuttal. It's speaking encyclopedic volumes. The link is in the description. We'll sit here for another couple minutes, and then we're going to round out.
Yeah, because then the barbecue at Neil's is served, right? Hopefully.
You can get the fire going, maybe.
Yeah, well, that gives the ballers a little bit more time to get up and defend the ball. Huh?
Any more?
I see Rumpus here, but he's on deaf mute. Why is he in here?
Well, we don't understand. Probably why. Any admin?
Any admin? No. Not at this point.
Anything from the chat? Any legitimate arguments?
I'll have to see.
I've been going over the chat for a while and can say, no, there's some really stupid red herring straw manning ballers out there, but there's also a lot of good people in chat that are, giving good rebuttals. So, been interesting. No super chats.
And these clowns are sitting here in the Discord chat. They're typing, they're chatting amongst each other, but for some reason they don't want to speak. It's just like QE says, it speaks volumes.
Right. Or it could be
Damn
like
shame.
autistic traits. Just want to be close.
They
They just want to
be here.
chat right beside you.
They just want to be around us. Is that what it is?
Right.
As we
They want to
destroy
meet
their
us so they
gold
can
model.
stare at their screen and chat.
I was there.
All right. Zanuck wants me to stand up for him. He says he didn't add home. Says he didn't say don't be dumb. So
I don't really care.
To be fair, there, what I heard, Onyx, or my impression of his comment was that he was having a dig at Al-Biruni. He was saying the basic way in which you've made the assumptions to state he's a ball of said statement is absolute nonsense, because you can't have a curved tangent. I thought that's what Onyx was saying. He was having a dig at Al-Biruni. Caesar.
Righteous, he can come in here and speak for himself, ... All Can't he?
all right, I messaged. And I kind of read his message wrong. I said, don't be dumb. I didn't say he was dumb. So, I don't know.
The colloquial dumb.
Oh, God. My word. Large sphere Earth. Are you saying that that's unorthodox up there? Can you go ahead and unmute him and see if he can speak now?
Is off mute? Unorthodox?
Come on, guy. You're
I
in
think
the
his
chat.
name is already explaining what the point is, right?
Why would,
He thinks he lives on a bigger ball.
Wait, Chike is saying something about being on mute. Chike, did you want to add something more?
If you're on mute, Chike, you're muted yourself. You're unmuted. I can see you right here.
Yeah, I have evidence, in the chat. I had red mute.
Yeah, I fixed that for you.
We can hear
so
you.
That means you had something to say, right?
Yeah, I said Al-Biruni did not use a Pythagorean theorem. So the deal, where the angle to the
Which horizon would that be?
one you can see.
Wait, so are you saying that there's a horizon you can't see?
No,
Okay.
I'm not getting the question or rebuttal. I didn't hear it too well. Do you want to say it one more time?
do you have the angle to the horizon?
Do I have the angle to the horizon in the black swan photo?
Yep,
I do not.
that's it.
He also said that
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Al-Biruni did not use the Pythagorean theorem.
I don't care what he used. Did I
Hmm.
claim that he used it?
I don't know.
I didn't claim that. I don't know what type of argument that is. Adam, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
Ask Chico why he feels the angle to the horizon relevant. Surely the only relevancy angle to the horizon could have would be if you presuppose that that horizon is the leading edge of a sphere. Other than that, its relevance is only really due to optical clarity on the day, surely.
Well, that's why I asked what horizon was that Al-Biruni was looking at, and he said the horizon that you can see, which suggests that maybe there's one that you can't see, which makes no sense because a horizon is a horizon because you can see it. So yeah,
So yeah, that's what I said. The horizon that you can see.
And what's that called?
Horizon.
The horizon? Is that what you said? Horizon?
Yes, the horizon.
The geometrical horizon?
The horizon.
Okay. Any other comments, claims, rebuttals to anything that was spoken about in this presentation?
I could relay something really stupid.
Hold on a second. We
If
still
there's
got
someone-
Cheeky here. I want to end up with Cheeky Arwin, and then we can get to it.
Oh.
I guess there's nothing else because it's a Chike or Cheeky. So I don't know how you pronounce that, but nothing's forthcoming. I don't want to waste the time of my audience. I'll give you last call, Cheeky.
I had my last call. I said there is no angle to the horizon. We can't do anything. That's it. Nor we have the distance.
Yeah, and you already had the rebuttal that the angle to the horizon in the black swan is irrelevant. If that's it, then Arwin, go ahead, Arwin. Try to keep it concise.
All right. It's just that this guy, FE Debunker 101, he's a total knobhead, baller, troll, idiot. And he's just asking questions like, why do you flat earthers think it's necessary for the geometrical horizon to be at the exact point of the apparent horizon? And to which I respond, like, if you have to ask that question, you obviously don't know what a horizon is.
Precisely. You got it, Arwin. Thank you.
I'd go slightly geeky on that. It's absolutely fine if you want to make that statement that there is a differential between the geometric horizon they observed, but then you would have to show some way in which you could show how that differential occurs and plays out in reality through observations. How any observation mitigates for that. It's been watching it myself, Owen. It's quite sad, really, as they humble anything to hold on to.
and again, how do they measure the geometric horizon if they've never seen it?
Just the first time, chocolate. It's the first time to base all
First
these
time
presumptions
on no Atmo day.
It was on no Atmo day.
Because apparently we can't see it because we have an atmosphere. So let me know what day that was that we didn't have one, and y'all calculated the geometric horizon. Because that would be cool. Thanks.
Yeah, how would they ever know that it is perfectly visible as is with no atmosphere if the Earth obviously never has gone through that in order to test that concept? It's a just so story, basically.
Because no atmosphere day is literally the day before giant tape measure day.
I think that no Atmo Day is probably the last day on Earth.
The day before those first few pioneer gas particles decided to not act like gas. Stay here. Yeah.
Yep. Well, if
That
the
works.
Earth realm is ever going to be completely sucked dry in the sense that all the air is sucked out for whatever reason, then the Globers can, in the last moment of all life, test if the Earth actually turned out to be a globe after all. I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out not to be the case.
Last week we had Los Angeles coming in your face, and today we're being sucked dry.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. No one else that showed up. Righteous?
I was paying attention to chat. There's Democ, but he's a flat earther. Do we need more flat earthers?
He showed up in the chat. Go ahead and give him a chance to speak.
Democ.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, life-size world tape measure is doable. We got transatlantic cables and all this other shit. That'd be doable. Why haven't we done that yet?
Don't need him. We have the Black Swan. Is that it?
Oh no, it's needable. It can do a lot more than that.
Do a lot more
You
than
can
Black
actually-
Swan. So you want me to kill the dead horse more?
No, I want you to be able to see what the hell you're on.
I already know
see,
what
like,
I'm
the
on.
distance
It's
you
not
can
a
go.
sphere. I already know that.
Well,
I'm
what's
not.
that mean?
I'm not. What's that mean?
I mean, does that know you anything? Does that mean you know the distance of anywhere or anything, or know where
Does
anything's
that
at,
mean
or
I
where
know
you're
the
going?
distance of anywhere? It's what.
Well, I'm saying, wouldn't you like to?
What?
Wouldn't you like to? Is what I'm asking you. Damn it! Wouldn't you like to know the distances to places, the actual distance, like where
What
you're
does
going?
the
how
actual
far it
distance
is?
have to do with anything? I already know the Earth is not a sphere. That's my business, is to pummel the Earth sphere radius. Once I do that, then it all falls apart. I pummeled their fairy tale space. I pummeled their fairy tale spinning ball. I really don't care about their fairy tale distances, in other words. But thanks. Righteous, anyone else?
Nope.
The rumpus is sat there. Just on mute. Over mute as well.
Yeah, he has deafened himself. I've unmuted him. Maybe he's listening in on the video, but he can talk if he wants to. But
Image now that he's sat there in his computer room, logged on, opened up, muted it, put his fingers in his ears and started going, meow, 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 meow.
If he's going to speak up,
yeah, or
can
something
he
like
speak uninterrupted 2 minutes?
I thought that was decent rumpus bait with the ray tracing. That's why he was here. Is he not?
Maybe he's trying to figure out if we do or we don't have a geometric horizon today.
Probably pretending he's server muted whilst listening this on YouTube on his phone. Not really listening.
Or maybe he's just at the edge and not trying to fall over it.
No, they've lost their edge.
All right, guys.
You know.
It appears. Go ahead and mute those guys up for me, Righteous. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go through all the ball busters. Final thoughts. Anything coming up with you guys personally, and any channel business, and let's round up. So, Arwen, you start with an A. You're the man. Go.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Back in the day, the ball used to rock was all the shit, you know? But yeah, over the ages, people kind of figured out what it was, what they were really like, and now they've kind of lost their edge. So yeah, my channel is Arwin, ARWIJN. I do the early bird show on my channel every day, 2 p.m. Amsterdam time, right before the Flat Earth debates. But also the weekend show, so please come and visit me there. I talk about Flat Earth related subjects and speculation, even spiritual stuff, everything. So, hope to see you there. Keep it flat.
Thank you, sir. Chocolate. Floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Good presentation as usual. I missed a lot of it, but pretty sure you did what you usually do, just destroy the globe again and again. So yeah, I'm kind of sorry I missed the destruction of the 5 feet, but I'm glad it happened because yeah, all that cushioning and teddy bear hugging for them. Nah, we don't need that. It's 1 foot. 1 foot observation. And
Yeah.
that's what it is. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting out that thumbnail everywhere after the show's over, so you'll get it.
Cool. Yep, cool. Thanks, man. Good to be here.
Thank you. We have Adam, sir. Final thoughts? Any channel stuff?
Channel stuff first. This guy's over on Unreal Media. And about 11:30 now, UK time on a Friday night. All the other guys. 10 morning till 12 UK time on TFR. Tuesdays and Fridays. Unreal Media. So yeah, shout out to the channel. And on tonight, John. Wait till we'll go over the little Laura Negro there. You said at the start, you and Nathan, it's how long is it going to take them to grasp it? It's so fundamental. Of a little bit of chatter in the chatter on Discord when I put that formula up, and people, flat earthers, and then asking where did the 2640 come from? I calculated on your ball maths who it's from. You stand by. Fine, it's not my claim, and that's the fundamental thing about the black swan. This is your mathematics. These are your claims. And so hopefully we've shown that impossibility. It's not just because it's a little bit further back. It's okay. We can ignore it like the other problem. There's a showing that formula. Move that horizon has massive fundamental impacts on the geometry of what you're supposedly observing. If it's a ball, flat plane, you know what? Body day.
Thank you, sir. Betty, any admin final thoughts? I was on mute. Had to say it over again. Yeah, I looked down. It was red. I said, oh, God. So, Betty, any admin final thoughts?
No admin. Final thoughts. Yeah, how many times do we have to go over that whole bit with the black swan? I mean, isn't it? It's so clear to me, right? It was clear to me before you even brought it up to the black swan. I could see the horizons when I look over sea, and one day you can see further than the other day, right? So it can't be a geometric horizon. It can't be the end of the ball, sort of. line. So I don't know why people make such a big fuss out of this. Maybe take up an art class or two and learn a little bit about perspective. Might bring you a long way. Right?
You
Swan
asked me.
fatigue.
You asked. Hold on a second, Arwen. You already spoke, Arwen. Okay. How many times? Her question was, how many times are we going to go over the black swan? As many as it takes. As long as I draw breath, I am going over and over and over it again. That's how many times. Good?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I mean, Betty.
Swan fatigue.
I was on 24/7 once. Somebody came in. One of the guys came in there, and he was telling a story about how he was showing his friend about the black swan, and his friend was just like, "Holy shit! Like that absolutely makes no sense." He double checked the math. He was just like, "Wait a minute, this really makes no sense." And the guy said, "Yeah, I have to accept that it's not a sphere. That's not what it is." And it was just that easy for at least that guy to understand how devastating this argument is. So I think it might seem tedious to some, but I think it's so devastating and so easily devastating for them that it has to just, keep going, because it's literally the argument that's made them change their argument into our arguments. Now they're telling us about optics. Yeah. Thanks. We know that. We've been saying that. Thanks. Right? So black swan all day. Why not? Because it's just easy. And they don't like it.
Chocolate, by the way, about that guy.
Quickly.
Did you also? Yeah, I'll be quick.
Yeah.
Did you
I didn't
afterward?
wanna-
Did you tell him also what the Globers are saying that it's supposed to be like, according to them? Did you share that with him too after that?
Well, I didn't talk to the guys. The guy who came into the server talked to the guy, so I can't get into all that.
All right.
But yeah.
All right.
Never mind.
Did
But
you
yeah,
have any more
That's what I
addition?
wanted to say to Betty.
Go ahead.
That's it.
I've got one more bum in, if I can.
Go ahead.
Myself, but
Go ahead.
just seen Roxanne is going live in a minute on Really Woke Show. You can see a show on Roxanne Globalist Denier, the Really Woke Show, or 007 channel. I'll jump over there in a bit.
All right, Adam.
Or less.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
wanted to give her a shout out, mate. Cheers, mate.
Yep. Thank you. Go ahead, Betty. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, so if this is true, what Chocolate says, that everybody that listens to this with an open mind, then yeah, you should definitely go on doing this, because if people understand that they have been lying about the whole flat Earth, the shape of the Earth, basically, what else are they lying about? And who is in cahoots with who in this world? And what is their modus operandi for many other things that they want to accomplish, right? So, yeah, keep it going.
Nathan, sir, final thoughts. Take us home.
Well, first, mad props to you, QE, because this is your argument that you've developed. And in terms of how many times we'll cover it, just to address Betty, it's become integral to the debate. So while I know what you're saying the presentation format of the Black Swan in all its vices and guises, that may not go on forever, probably only the next 18 months. But fundamentally, this argument is fundamental to the destruction of heliocentrism. So mad props to QE, and keep it up. People don't understand it yet. It's going to have to be done. I'm glad you're repeating it. Repetition is the way that people will learn the argument. Once it clicks, it becomes devastating, and more people are going out there and bashing that drum. A couple of shout outs. So Spurs Chemo, Under No Pressure, is doing exactly that. did a couple of videos recently about various aspects of optics and how they stack up against the single claim of Earth radius, and the black swan is crucial to his argument. So although he's not going through a black swan presentation, it's fundamental to his argument and the structure of his argument. So shout out to Spurs Schemo. Also, the Adam Meakin, he was breaking up when he plugged his channel. So Iron Realm Media, so that's IRM, and that's Adam Meakin and the boys over there. They go out on a Friday night at about 10:30 UK time. Obviously, Roxanne the Globally Star is live now, I believe, so check her out. And then in about half an hour's time, be here or be sphere on the Nathan Oakley channel for brand new Flat Earth Debate Uncut and After Show. But yeah, one more mad props to Quantum Racer, because this forms the Holy Trinity, not the Holy Trinity, the Trinity of globe debunkings in the form of Coriolis effect, gas pressure without a container, and number one, top of the pile, the Black Swan. So mad props. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined on the panel, and thank you everyone to all the ballbusters. Once again, check out Nathan Oakley in half an hour's time for brand new Flat Earth Debate Uncut and After Show. Be here or be sphere.
Just one last remark from me. I just said in the chat, we all need to get these people to get the Black Swan vaccination. No escape possible, right? And someone else said herd immunity. So let's get people vaccinated with the Black Swan argument.
Yeah. Vaccination, so say no.
No,
Betty, by the way, read my comment too to you.
Where is it at? Is the
In
18
the
month?
YouTube chat. It's in the YouTube chat.
Oh,
I'll just tell you. Okay, hey Betty, if you're getting tired of the Black Swan, we could always go back to endlessly trying to explain Coriolis effect to ballers.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't we do that last time? Yeah,
That's why it said endlessly.
endlessly. Yeah, going round and round and round.
All right, we got to roll up the sleever for the Black Swan vaccination, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and round it out. Nathan, you'd be interested. We have an old timer, Baltard, back on the scene. One of your favorite guys. Charles Flat Earth Math is back. The high school math teacher showed up a couple weeks ago in one of my pre-show chats and asked the same question I pummeled him on 3.5 years ago. Right, Charles? You know the question that you've always asked me that is a tear-jerking belly laugher about pressure differentials? You remember that? I do. You asked the same damn question again in my chat after 4 years. Let me tell you something, son. On Tuesday, QE Live, I'm going to lambaste you, right? I'm going to pummel you so bad into the incoherent oblivion, your family's not going to recognize you, sir. I want your family and your friends and your peers to be here, Mr. Math Teacher. And we're going to settle this once and for all. All right? I'm going to get medieval. And it's not even going to get medieval. I don't even have to. It's going to be a tear-jerking belly laugher. So get ready. Reap the damn whirlwind. Now, I want to thank all the ballbusters, everyone that joined the show today. Thank you. Like I said, it speaks volumes that we have an open panel that anyone can join and no one comes in to defend their fairy tale. That should speak volumes to you. Everyone that's on the fence, what does that say to you? I know what it tells me. That they're part of a delusional fairy tale religion. That's what it tells me. Take this argument to everyone you know. Drop it right at their doorstep. Have them evaluate it. And have them take it to everyone they'll know. Because we're not going to let you just walk out of here.